Check out Twitter getting hammered in today's session. The social media stock has now lost all of its gains since Elon Musk announced his 9% stake back in early April. The latest leg lower comes amid more drama between Musk and Twitter CEO Parag Agrawal, the two sharing vastly different views over how many bots are on the platform. So does anyone know how to calculate the numbers? And how can the company be valued if there's such a big question over it? For some answers, let's bring in Loop managing partner Gene Munster. Gene. All right, so here's the question. Parag says substantially below 5%. Musk says 20%. Where do you stand? 5%, by the way, is what the company has provided the SEC in many, many filings over many, many quarters.
Melissa, my answer is 5%. Put some context around this. The central question is, do you trust management? The central question is not, can you estimate the number of bots, estimate the number of bots. Elon is correct that you cannot accurately report the number of bots. That is true. It is impossible. But it is possible to get an estimation based on internal and external data. And so to answer your question, what it comes down to, is it 5 or is it 20%? Who do I trust in this case? I trust Twitter, and the reason I think that there is a powerful advantage for Elon to stoke up the bot number to get a better price.
So here's the question for me, Gene, at least, and if it's below 5% versus 20%, does that change how much does that change the valuation of Twitter, in your view?
Well, I think you can take, call it 15% off the valuation if you take the 20% number. And Elon said that it's 20% or greater. And so in this case, so to answer your question, that is, if the number was 20%, somehow that was the case, that Twitter's been lying about this and the number is actually 20%, then you take whatever the market feels the value is, and then you subtract 15% to answer your question. I think that ultimately, again, I think that this is a very astute play by Elon to essentially renegotiate this in the public markets.
Let's say it doesn't get renegotiated, he walks away. What happens to Twitter? I mean, no white knights emerged. So does it just sort of languish?
It languishes in a very bad spot. I think that this is probably $30 less per share. I think that ultimately Elon's going to come back and, I mean, just excuse the silliness of this, but probably at a $42 bid on this. And whether or not that gets done at 42, the investors better take it at 42 because it will languish. I think what Elon has done is injected a sense of just lack of strength from Twitter management here. I think that investors would be spooked if he went away.
Gene, thank you. Always good to see you. Gene Munster, Loop Ventures. Dan, I know you have a lot to say about this.
Well, no, I mean, Gene just used the term astute. He's a big Tesla bull, and he's been right for a while. And I just think, if I'm a Tesla shareholder and I see the way he's interacting with another publicly traded company and really kind of thumbing his, against, like disclosures and all this sort of stuff, and publicly trying to do this after he had all the opportunity in the world, he was in discussions with the board to kind of talk about some of these things. I don't know if it's astute. I think there's probably another word. I mean, if we wanted to pull a Scrabble bag out and try to figure out what it is, it just seems unsavory to me. So that's my 2 cents.
I mean, at one point we were saying that, there's sort of key man risk involved with Tesla because of Elon Musk. Is it sort of the opposite now, Guy, where Elon Musk can be seen as a liability? Because that's sort of one thesis that's out there, that as he is sort of distracted and doing what he's doing with Twitter, Tesla shares have seen it decline.
Well, just for full disclosure, I mean, I was the one that thought Twitter would get done north of $54, so that was wrong. But I was also very concerned about Tesla stock, and I'll just take us back to the day reported earnings. Stock closed, I think, around 1,000. We talked about it. That was the quarter that every Tesla bull had been waiting for 3 years. They got it. Stock traded up to 1,080, and look at it now, flirting with 700. So my concern all along has been what happens to Tesla. And quite frankly, here at 700, it's the precipice of seeing the level that Stan been talking about for a long time, 600. And then, quite frankly, I don't know what happens from there. So I think you're spot on in your assessment where he potentially went from a positive quickly to a negative for the shares.